Move on to the other side, which is pretty good. Pretty good. There we go. I don't know. Okay. Things I like and things I don't like. Right here is where I'm going to bring you over. Right here is where the battery is. Right there. This is a little tray that goes in here like that. And the battery sits in that tray. Now, if you move this hatch up here and put the 6-inch or whatever the hatch is, square hatch there, there's a little post right there. It's inside there. I think it's for a sail. And you can, let me show you that little doobie. I was wondering what this was for. See, there's a little, well, you can fasten that right to it and it holds your battery in place. Gotta be honest. I think in bouncy seas, this thing's gonna move around in here. And I'm not terribly happy with that, but we'll give it a shot. Like I said, I'm not moving the hatch. I'm leaving most of the wiring that's going to be available. So it's some time if I want to move it forward, I can. But right now, that's the battery mount. Okay. Next step is you drill a hole right here to put this wire through. They give you a waterproof plug, but you drill a hole right there and you put this wire back into the kayak with a waterproof plug. This is actually nothing more than a scupper hole. Water can come in or go out. But the kayak's been really dry, a lot drier than my old one. Okay.
Following the paper towels,
being
updating the site.
compulsive I am.
They are updating the site slowly.
They said center, so I marked
it's been like
center. It says 1-inch hole.
And of course, paper towels are in every store in America. We still have no paper towels from this company.
On Mirage Compass model, use a 1-inch hole saw, which we're going to do, and drill centered on the drill dot in front of the scupper. Well, that's centered on the drill dot in front of the scupper, right here. Proceed using one-way plug included in your owner's packet. Run the cable into the plug just above the transducer scupper. Then you lead the cable down through. Okay. So we're going to do all of that. But first we got to drill this hole. Now let me tell you something. Paying as much as I did for this kayak has not prepared me to drill holes in it. Not a fun experience at all. I can't say I enjoyed that in the least, but it's done. That's it. Now we're going to get a little emery, and maybe I'll even get the vacuum out and clean this all up. Excessive compulsive. Or maybe I'll just knock it all onto the floor and sweep it. We're going to get a little emery and Maybe I'll just get the knife and do that. Clean this up a little bit. But there's your 1-inch hole. That's spooky. Yeah. That's not a bad reach. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, next step is a waterproof mug. Let's hope. Oh yeah. That's the 1-inch right there. It's got a little rubber gasket. Got a 2-wire gasket, a single wire gasket, so I don't know if that's gonna fit in there though. Nope. Okay, you gotta run this little rubber washer all the way up here. This is the only thing without a cut. All the way up to the transducer. Then, without losing that little rubber washer, you got to run all the cable into the hub. If we haven't drilled a hole that... I'm not going to say that. I haven't. Oops. Okay, we're back. Right now we're pulling through. Assuming you can see that, yeah. Okay. Shoot, don't go down there. That, you gotta watch that your washer doesn't go down there. And you just keep feeding. Feeding, feeding. Feeding, feeding. Now you get this. So this goes over here, that's your washer. Then you got the piece that's for the keep goes like that, and this is gonna go like that. So you go like this over here, you stick this over here like that, and then you crush this little baby down a little bit. Again, everything, you know, basically I have pretty extensive tool business, but everything you do, it seems you need more tools. Yeah. There we go. You push that up into there. You push this on there. You push that into there, like that. Push it good and tight. Push the rest of the wire through. And there it is. Now you got a little nut, if I can find it. Again, has to be put all the way to the end. See, there's no break. So you go all the way back through your wire again. Hitting it with. Okay. You go all the way up in here. And you carefully get it started. Now it's all by feel. Okay, guys. This is what it ended up looking like. Basically, the instructions said on the Mirage compass, use a 1-inch hole saw bit, create a 1-inch centered on the drill dot in front of the scupper. Now it shows a picture. Let me see if you can see that. I don't know. Maybe you can. But it shows a picture, and I centered it. You saw me measure it. Well, that's not where it goes. It's centered up here, further away. There's a hump there, and therefore I've had trouble putting that in. So you want to drill your hole centered between here and here, but up in this area because it's flatter. Well, it's not flatter. I lie. I don't know then. But putting the nut on there was a real dog, and the nut is not flush. I cannot get the nut to go flush against the hull of the kayak. Take my GoPro and the light. Oop. Shit. Let's see if I can get a pretty good picture of that nut. Okay, so I'm back. It's been a few hours. I had phone calls. Somebody hacked my Facebook page. I had to fix that. And I'm back on the kayak again. Nothing's ever, even as it seems on YouTube, to be what it seems to be. Okay, we were working on this little piece right here, right there. And I couldn't get the nut to go on there right. Let me shut the radio off. That's what I did. I'm getting old and fussy. Yeah, the radio's on. I couldn't get the piece to go on there right, so I measured. What was happening was the nut was getting up here and going crooked. And I measured the thickness of this versus the thickness of that side of the wall. And actually this side was a whole mess thicker, like when they poured this stuff or however they do this stuff, it dripped. So I had to go in there with my little Dremel tool and grind off a bunch of stuff in here to make it flat. And now it's set up in there, the nut's on there proper. I finally finished it. It took me hours to figure it out. It did. It took me hours to figure it out. But that baby is set in there perfect now. So what happened was this side of this wall was thicker than here. So I went in there and I shortened that up. So now that's all done.